Okay. This thing working? Hopefully. Okay. Seems like we are good to go. What's up, cool people? So, I'll say right off the bat with this live stream that I plan on doing a little more gaming than Bible reading, but I do want to start it off at least with Exodus chapter 1, so I can keep that going. I have also, as of doing this, and this whole... I don't know what it is with me and breaking the YouTube fourth wall, but here I go. I have actually already read through the entirety of Genesis, even though those videos aren't all up yet. If you saw last week's live stream, you'd know. But I did also get Genesis abridged, assembled, and edited, rendered, all that kind of stuff. I don't think I've uploaded it yet. I just didn't quite... I wasn't quite sure on the timing of when I wanted to actually, schedule that to be published on YouTube. But anyway, additionally, I'm also maybe for the next stream or two going to be messing with the latency setting to see if that affects, my ability to interact with any comments while not necessarily too significantly affecting the quality of the live stream. I can always get this stuff to work, when I'm doing unlisted or private live streams, but for some reason, I just can't seem to, I don't know. It's not as consistent when I actually make the live streams public. So, gonna be just tooling around with that. The previous couple of streams that went, fairly well, I had it at normal latency, which might have given a slight delay between comments and my ability to see said comments. I'm going with low latency for this one. If all goes well and there are no issues that come as a result of that, I will then be going to ultra low latency and giving that a shot and hoping that it doesn't mess with the stream quality too much. I'm also setting up other stuff that I'm going to be doing slightly later in the stream as I do this kind of introductory part. So yeah, earlier today I was helping out with a church kind of volunteer serving thing in the community. So my understanding is one of the local school districts, they have like a summer lunch program thing because, for some of the students that attend public schools, their families don't always have the means to pay for their lunches while they're at school. And so there might be some sort of like a voucher program or something like that where they can still get lunches through the school anyway. But then school ends and suddenly now these families don't have a way to give them lunches in the way that they could throughout the school year. Maybe. Or it could just be part of what happens during their summer school program and they're just helping people. I don't know. But in any case, summer lunch program through the school, and they the church I go to kind of partnered with them to say, okay, we're gonna add a little extra fun to this one. We're gonna come on a hot Texas day with a bunch of water balloons for the kids to play with if they want. and that kind of stuff. So, anyway, that's what I was doing earlier today and what kind of delayed the stream a bit. Because after that, then I had to go get lunch because I was hungry, and then had to do my usual grocery shopping after that to help conserve gas ever so slightly so I wasn't making a separate trip for the grocery shopping. But anyway. Okay. I think I'm about ready to hop into doing Bible reading stuff here. Plus, on my Xbox there on the side, I have Darksiders 2 on tap at the ready. But Bible reading first. Because, do the more painful thing for my throat first, maybe. And then I will, do something where I don't have to talk quite as much to help settle it down. Anyway, so I'm going to switch over to this. And yeah, I guess I'll just hop right into this. Okay, so here we are, finally in Exodus. Now, as of recording this, I have the Genesis abridged video complete. I just haven't uploaded it yet and figured out when exactly I'm gonna, publish it. So it may or may not already be out by the time this video actually gets to, YouTube separate from the live stream. But if it's not already out, it should be coming soon, and that'll catch up on things. If it's not already out, here was the general gist of Genesis. World was created, people messed it up. It's starting with Adam and Eve getting kicked out of the garden. And then downward spiral of sin from there. God's like, okay, things are too bad. I'm going to hit the reset button, floods the earth, but keeps Noah and his family alive. And then a few generations after that, we get to Abraham, who is given a particular promise by God to, have many descendants and live in a certain land and have basically a long-standing legacy. And then he doesn't get his promised son until he's really old, but the promised son, Isaac, comes anyway. So then Isaac inherits the promise of Abraham. Isaac's wife has trouble giving children or bearing children, whatever. But Isaac prays to God and his prayer is answered. Wife has twins. One of those twins is Jacob, who, despite being technically the youngest by a few minutes or whatever, he wound up inheriting God's promise from Isaac and all the blessings and things like that. So Jacob then has 12 sons, and you start seeing the promise come, a bit more obvious because of the number of his sons and then the children that they have. But one of Isaac's sons, Joseph, wasn't very well liked because, he was kind of daddy special little boy. Even though he wasn't the youngest. But Joseph was kind of the favorite. The other brothers didn't like it. Sold him off to some people. Wound up in Egypt. And, just worked real hard while he was there. Did what was right in God's eyes. Wound up finding favor with whoever he worked for. generally speaking, all the way up until he winds up as essentially the right-hand man of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. With very convenient timing, because Pharaoh was having dreams that essentially Joseph was able to get an interpretation from God saying, hey, there's going to be plenty of crops for the next few years, but then there's going to be a massive famine, and we're going to need to be prepared for that. We're going to need to save some of the extra from the 7 years of plenty in order to help us get through the 7 years of famine. So that's what they do. Joseph winds up being in charge of it all. The famine stretches up to Canaan, where he was from, and where the rest of Jacob's sons are all living. So they have to come down to Egypt for food. Eventually, after a couple of trips, find out that Joseph is actually the guy in charge, even though they thought he was dead, or really had no clue what happened to him. So then they all move down to Egypt with Pharaoh's approval. They all move down to Egypt and get themselves some land there. And while most of Egypt is running out of money and food and essentially having to sell themselves as slaves to Pharaoh just in order to, continue getting food, Jacob's family, maybe not so much. We're given the impression that they're doing pretty well. Certainly increasing in number significantly. And that, in terms of the general situation, is kind of where we leave things off. At this point, Jacob has died. Joseph has died. And so, most of the people who were directly tied to, Jacob's descendants, aka the people of God's promise, being down in Egypt, the people who were directly responsible for that move, most, if not all of them, have died at this point. So that's where we get into things in Exodus. Sorry for that being a bit long-winded, but, I figured it would help get you up to speed, especially if Genesis Abridged isn't out already. So, now we're gonna get into Exodus chapter 1, which may or may not directly stem from that stuff that I just said regarding Jacob's family being in Egypt. So anyway, Exodus chapter 1. These are the names of the sons of Israel, that is, Jacob, who moved to Egypt with their father, each with his family: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. In all, Jacob had 70 descendants in Egypt, including Joseph, who was already there. Footnote says Dead Sea Scrolls in Greek version reads 75. And, I was actually just reading something later in the Bible that mentions Jacob having 75 descendants that moved down to Egypt. There was, I think it's in Acts. I'm doing a thing with my church where we're reading through the New Testament this year, like the whole New Testament. And there's a guy named Stephen who's, in front of a council of Jews, and basically, some of the other Jews were causing a fuss, basically saying that Stephen was blaspheming God, and he gets into this story of all these things that happened, to Abraham and his descendants. Long story short, as a way of pointing to a particular prophecy that he then tied to Jesus. But anyway, so I bring that up in part because it's directly tied to this, and also that, at least in the version of the Bible that I was reading from, said that Jacob had 75 descendants in Egypt. Anyway, moving on. Verse 6. In time, Joseph and all his brothers died, ending that entire generation. But their descendants, the Israelites, had many children and grandchildren. In fact, they multiplied so greatly that they became extremely powerful and filled the land. Eventually, a new king came into power in Egypt who knew nothing about Joseph or what he had done. He said to his people, "Look, the people of Israel now outnumber us and are stronger than we are. We must make a plan to keep them from growing even more. If we don't, and if war breaks out, they will join our enemies and fight against us. Then they will escape from the country." Footnote there says, or will take the country. Either way, trying to say that, hey, these Israelites here, like, if we get into trouble, we can't be sure they're going to help us. In fact, they may very well even turn on us and try and just either help us get taken over by someone else, or they will try to use that to their advantage and take over Egypt themselves. Because this new pharaoh didn't have any connection to Joseph or his family and didn't really have any knowledge of the reason why they were there or their reputation, really. And who knows, after a few years, their reputation may have changed a bit. But this was, I kind of knew this was coming, so this was the reason I brought up the whole thing with, Joseph and really most of his, most of his family and anyone who would have been connected with them moving to Egypt being dead, because then it's like, well, is anybody really there to remind the Egyptians why they were there in the first place? It's seemingly not really. So then there was a bit of a mistrust, within the Egyptians regarding the Israelites. Anyway, verse 11. So the Egyptians made the Israelites their slaves. They appointed brutal slave drivers over them, hoping to wear them down with crushing labor. They forced them to build the cities of Pithom and Ramesses as supply centers for the king. But the more the Egyptians oppressed them, the more the Israelites multiplied and spread, and the more alarmed the Egyptians became. So the Egyptians worked the people of Israel without mercy. They made their lives bitter, forcing them to mix mortar and make bricks and do all the work in the fields. They were ruthless in all their demands. Okay, so I don't want to be that guy, but I feel like maybe this bears mentioning. All this stuff about basically, the more oppressed the Israelites became, the more they seemed to multiply and, air quote, grow in power. That stuff just, in my mind, it makes me think of what certain people think regarding, I'll just say inner city folks. especially some will talk about this in relation to black people, African Americans, if you will, living in, the ghettos, or even Hispanics in the barrios. But basically, like poor inner city areas where certain people groups live. And, despite how much of a struggle it seems to be for them to get by and make a living and all that kind of stuff, it just seems like all the more they're the ones that are having more children and like growing in number in those areas and all these different things. I'm not trying to make any particular political commentary there, but like the similarity is just interesting to note. How it seems like the more oppressed a group of people become, the more that they grow in number until it's almost inevitable that they wind up, having some power somewhere and drive some change to maybe make things not so bad for them. I mean, heck, in a sense, this is even what happened with early Christians. The early church was heavily persecuted, not only by, not only by the rulers of the time, generally the Roman Empire, but also by their fellow Jews, at least the ones who were Jewish, because these other Jews did not want to believe that Jesus was the Messiah, and thus thought that, these Christ followers were blasphemous, that they were equating a man to God. A man who, in their eyes, was just a man and not also God, as we know Jesus to be. So it strikes me how there's this similarity here of oppressed people groups, if nothing else happens, then they just grow in number where they are to the point that they gain power and influence, and something winds up, maybe changing things for the better a bit. And yet some of us tend to look down on people in those situations. Like, I know there are plenty of even just middle-class Americans who look down on inner city folks, especially inner city, blacks and Hispanics, that, just hardly think of them as anything but thugs sometimes, or, gangsters, or, whatever. I don't think that's a good way to view them, certainly. I don't think it's a loving way at all to view them. But the fact of the matter is, it's out there. And, if this was God's chosen people in Egypt who were finding themselves under similar circumstances to what I was just talking about, just because they're living a certain way through their life situation, their upbringing and their surroundings, that doesn't necessarily mean that, A, they're bad people because of it, and or B, that, they are somehow rejected by God. Anyway, okay, enough on that tangent. I've been talking enough, outside of the actual verses in this video. So let me move along here. Verse 15. Then Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, gave this order to the Hebrew midwives, Shiphrah and Puah. When you help the Hebrew women as they give birth, watch as they deliver. If the baby is a boy, kill him. If it is a girl, let her live. But because the midwives feared God, they refused to obey the king's orders. They allowed the boys to live too. Deliver. Watch as they look upon the two stones. Perhaps in reference to a birth stool. Okay. It's similar meaning anyway, I would say. So, Pharaoh is trying to put an end to, the continued growth of the Hebrew population in Egypt. And, as a way of trying to do that, he says, kill off the boys because, boys are kind of necessary to keep the population going. Well, men, to be more accurate, but the boys would become men with that. And, killing off the girls wouldn't necessarily do it because then, the boys, once they become men, might end up marrying and, mingling, so to speak, with the Egyptian women, whereby they would still kind of keep that bloodline going to some extent. But the girls on their own obviously couldn't really do that so well. But these midwives didn't obey Pharaoh's orders anyway. So, verse 18. So the king of Egypt called for the midwives. Why have you done this? He demanded. Why have you allowed the boys to live? The Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women, the midwives replied. They are more vigorous and have their babies so quickly that we cannot get there in time. So God was good to the midwives, and the Israelites continued to multiply, growing more and more powerful. And because the midwives feared God, he gave them families of their own. Then Pharaoh gave this order to all his people. Throw every newborn Hebrew boy into the Nile River, but you may let the girls live. Okay, so Pharaoh tried to, do it in a way that was less obvious, or, less obvious to the broader populace of Egypt. And, because if the midwives could or would kill off the boys as he commanded, then there wouldn't be a whole bunch of other people involved in it, and it would essentially be word of mouth as to what was or was not happening. But since the midwives wouldn't do it, he sends a broader call out to essentially all the Egyptians. It's like, okay, look, these Israelites are a problem. They're going to ruin things for us Egyptians. So, in order to put a stop to this, if you see young Hebrew boys, I want them dead. And that's where we leave things off for this chapter. Things are not looking great for the Israelites, for God's people. But that, we'll just have to see what happens from there, I guess. So, anyway, I guess that's all for now. You know the drill. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell, all that good stuff. Look down in the description for more info. And of course, leave comments with any thoughts that you have down below all that. So yeah, that's it for now. Anyway, okay. That's enough for that recording. I may or may not end up actually using that outro bit in the final video. But anyway, yeah. My throat is not exactly doing great, but it's not terrible either. So, I think it would not necessarily be so terrible to move on to some gaming here in a sec. But I will need to move my setup around just a little bit in the meantime. So, give me a sec to handle that. Okay. Here we go. Microphone's back on. Camera's back on. And let's switch it over to Darksiders 2 here. So, let's see here. Right. I had those fully upgraded and these fully upgraded. I'm trying to remember. I guess that one just had the higher critical chance. Oh, well, this one does health on crit and wrath per kill. So I was, yeah. This one still needs some upgrading in the meantime. No, didn't mean to do that just yet. Also, I guess I'll unmute my TV here. These are both maxed out. Yeah. That, and I'll just generally have to wait for more equipment to do any further upgrading. Anyway, so the last video that I did, I went through the Sentinel's Gaze thing there into Bone Riven and completed all that. As I was editing some videos, I think I figured out how to actually get into the City of the Dead. But I also want to include that in the video recording section, so let me just get to where I'm doing that. Boom. Okay. What is up, cool people? So, I am back playing some Darksiders 2. So, as I was editing some stuff, I think I realized how I'm supposed to get into the City of the Dead. Fast travel is currently unavailable. Great. Okay. You bugger. Almost had me. Oh, man. And yet. Alright, so I think I just need to follow this path down and around there. Get myself back to the City of the Dead. Because, assuming I'm correct regarding how to get in there, then I can move some story things along. And maybe once I complete that little section, I'll be able to, you know, maybe I'll take some time to do some more side questing. I know I didn't exactly spend as long side questing as I may have given the impression I would in the last episode. But half my reason for wanting to do the side questing was because I wasn't sure how to get into the City of the Dead, and I thought maybe in the midst of side questing I would, you know, figure that out. But it turns out I managed that in a different way. Okay, so as I was editing, I noticed these statues have a little bit extra on the sides of them here. So what I'm thinking needs to happen is I do this. Hello. There we go. I do that with one soul or with one death, and then boom. I'm not sure how I missed that when I first got transported here, but yeah, that was it. That was all I needed to do to get into the City of the Dead. Had one of those moments where I felt kind of dumb as I was editing the episode. But, you know, not like too dumb, because it's not like I was spending a whole bunch of time staring at those statues or anything like that. I saw another one here. There we go. Alrighty, treasure. What have we here? Some sort of equipment. Alright. Clearly can't go there. Not now. Maybe not ever. Hello. What have we here? Oh, come on. Ouch. Oh, come on. I even dodged that one. Oh, hello. Yeah. So... how did that hit me? Ooh, hello. Execution! Boom. Okay. Oh yeah, so I may have made some slight equipment changes in between episodes as well. And that pretty much would have just been... come on. There we go. I pretty much would have just been equipping these sides instead of the other ones, because generally more damage. And yes, they give wrath per kill instead of health, but these also give health on crit. So I don't even necessarily need to get a kill to regain some health. I just need to do a lot of attacking with the sides. And these ones I have yet to max out. That's why they're also there. And then, yeah. Okay. All the rest of that seems fine and dandy. What? Okay. Look at the dead page. 60% of the way through completing the second chapter of that. There's a thing here. Okay. Is there a similar platform over here? Yes. Okay. So then I'm assuming that door that's already open is just the way that I came in. Would make sense since that's already covered, or uncovered, revealed. And I haven't picked up any sort of map yet. Alrighty, so we do that. That opens the thing up there. Not what I expected, but whatever. Oh, geez, okay. So here's what I really need to do. I need the big stone statue thingy going there. One of Death's incarnations, one of his bodies on the other thing. And then the other one goes up here and does this. And that unlocks the door. Yeah. Okay. Now I can stop doing all that. Gonna need a skeleton key to get through that door, it seems. Something seems like it's probably gonna come up from there, like from the middle of the room. Hello. See, I really should probably be using the sides more and the secondary weapon less if I, you know, really want to heal. Because it's only critical hits with the sides, I think, that actually give me more health. Alright, so I can't get to that treasure chest there. At least not directly at the moment. There's a door there, but that's blocked. And that's blocked there. So it seems like I'm probably going to have to utilize that little side passage that I went partway through before, but not really too far. Hello. That looks like one of those statues that's supposed to get like a lantern-looking thingamajig. Yeah. That's probably what's eventually going to happen. But seems this is the next door through which I should go. Oh. Okay. Gotta be a way to get there eventually. Anything I can grab that would... No? Okay. Fine. Oh, man. I'm, just slightly extra tired from stuff I was doing earlier today. Namely, volunteering with a church thing. I don't know how else to really describe that. Oh, hold up. Okay, so... Okay, but that doesn't get everybody through there. I can't even tell what that does. Oh, wait. Maybe it has to do with those? No, that's still there. I don't know. There's got to be something here that I'm supposed to do that I'm just missing. What am I doing? So yeah, anyway, the church I go to was kind of working in tandem with one of the local school districts just to do something fun for some kids, I guess. What if I now move this one closer to the other? No, it's still doing that thing. Oh yeah, duh, why wouldn't it be? Oh, hello. I think I see what's going on here. Alright. Back to the other death. And then this one carries the bomb over to here, throws it on that, and that lowers that thing, which means I can now bring this over here. But of course, statue death is in the way. No matter, I will simply move the statue elsewhere and carry on. So, I'm thinking... Oh, wait. No. Better idea. Here's how this works. Boom. Statue goes like that. Death number 1 keeps the gate down. Death number 2 pushes this thing past the gate. And then, huzzah, we have moved beyond. Alright, so then there's this. I assume holding those down. Oh, but I gotta... Yeah. Actually has to be continually held down for me to be able to go in there and get the treasure. Huh. The little, like, gold animation or whatever seemed to take a different path there, and I wonder if that's... hello. Ah, so there's the thing. But what's up here? Anything noteworthy up here first? Hiya. Ooh, those could be good. Nothing over there that's noteworthy. Okay. So then I come back over here. And I think if I drop down this, then I... Well, it clearly got me to another chest. And another chest. But this one has a skeleton key. Okay. We do that. This thing goes up. Okay. And now that I have skeleton key, I can open that door open. Dang it! Ah, I had an execution chance. Oh well. Here we go. That little center thing looks odd, but whatever. Oh, come on. There we go. Nope. Do not continue going up. We go over this way. Yeah. How much you want to bet that center platform can, like, rotate or something like that? Hey. Okay. And now we're up higher. That can take me back down lower, but is it worth it? What? Let me just see where that takes me. Okay. That's just back to here. Nothing special about it. Okay, here we go again. Jumpity jump. Up at the wall. What does this do? That, exactly like I thought, rotates the center platform. Oh, and it just locks in place like that. No, it doesn't. It doesn't lock in place like that. It just can be held in place that way. Okay. So I'm thinking we might need... Well, first off, I'm thinking I might want to grab this. But I'm thinking I might need to do one of these things. Have death number 1. Hold this in place. Have death number 2. What? Are you serious? I can't... Wow. That's dumb. Okay, what if I do it down here? And then have this be, you know, the thing that's happening separate from the rest of death. Okay. So now I come down here, I cross the bridge, and what do? Is there a thing here that I can... This is... I don't think this is quite how this is supposed to be done. Okay, well that got me more treasure. But more treasure doesn't necessarily help with much of anything. Okay. So, here's a thought. Oh, geez. That's not what I should have done. What I should have done, I think, is this. Yeah. Okay. So my thought process now is statue here. Death number 1. No, dang it. Death number 1 does a little something like this. And goes here and does this whole spiel. Jumps over here. Holds this in place. Okay. Now I can go a bit further with death number 2. Or maybe I'm supposed to just... Okay, so yeah, the little gold animation, it's like it went toward the statue there. Because that statue is like the actual physical embodiment of death or something like that. I don't know. Hey, here's a thing. Okay, so that opened something. Oh, it opened the lantern thing. Okay. Nothing seemingly there. How do I get to the lantern thing? Oh. There's a soul arbiter symbol thing there, too. Interesting. Okay, but seriously, how do I get to the... How do I get to the lamp thingy? Is that gonna be what's beyond this gate up here? No. That gate is still blocked off. So, I am not quite so sure what must be done. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna undo that and see what happens now. Maybe now I'm supposed to go back through here and be able to access... Yeah! Now I can get the lantern thingy. And that goes on some sort of statue or another around here. But first... Okay. Is there another one? I'm pretty sure I saw another one. Nice. Okay. So then where do I take it? Is it back this way? I kind of forget where I'm supposed to take this thing. I mean, it can't be through any of the doors, because it won't let me open the doors while I have this in my hands. I'm pretty sure. So do I go this way with it? Yeah, okay. Set it down right there. Wall run across here. Grab the lantern. And huzzah! So now it's shining a beam thingy. Okay. That opens a gate over there, which leads to just a Book of the Dead page, it seems. Dang, that's like the third one I've gotten in this episode. But anyway. And then we rotate this one more time. And that does what exactly? I can't really tell. Seems almost like that should be raising this bridge here. But it's not. Does it do anything if I rotate it this way? No. Oh, there we go. Why didn't it do that the first time? Weird. Anyway, I really kind of want to go back here and see if there's anything more that I could do. It seems almost like I might have missed something. Like this. Huh. Okay, but I can't do anything with that yet. Would have been an interesting little discovery if that was the case. Okay, nothing around there. Let me check the map. Been all around there before. I don't... Yeah, I don't know.
Dust? What do you see?
Why does dust have me going that way? That doesn't make much sense either. You would think I should go across that bridge that just popped up, right? At least that's what I'm thinking. Anything on the sides here? Not really. Okay. Then, what is this? This leads outside. Okay. Well. I think I'm going to leave it at that for this episode. I'm pretty sure we still have plenty more to do in this area. So, yeah. Anyway. I'm starting to get a little toasty in here. And it's probably because I closed the door that goes to, closed the door that goes to my, well, the rest of my apartment, aside from this and my bedroom. And that's where the air conditioner is, beyond the door there. I closed it because I had laundry stuff going in the dryer, and that dryer makes a lot of noise. I'm going to go check on that, and I will be back momentarily. Let me get this going and... Okay. Anyway, now that I've taken care of that, I am back. And now the door to the room with the air conditioner is open. But, yeah, I think... So I did just buy, like, just earlier today, I bought a little thing that, should help a bit with situations like that. It's almost like just a really, really tiny mini air conditioner. But apparently there's, like, in order to get the best results or whatever, you're supposed to take part of it and, like, freeze it. So I'm not using that right now. But anyway, so let me go in here, check out the equipment I got, and yes, I know I have 2 skill points here. I'm trying to wait for level 20 before I invest in any more of these, because then I can just, like, I'm really wanting to get that, and I'll just if there's any leveling to be done with it, I can just max that out. But anyway, so yeah, what did I get? What did I get? Spellbound Sides of Ice. And I also have these punishing sides here. Nothing new on secondary weapons. Voyager Shroud. More arcane critical damage. And arcane and wrath. But the defense goes down. As well as... yeah, no. I ain't losing my experience boost for that. None of these are really all that good. At least not in my mind. Not for how I've been playing this. So, upgrade. Let's see here. So I think if I use these two scythes... yep. Right off the bat, there's another level for it. Added defense or inferno damage. Kind of want to add more defense to it. Upgrade. Let's... get rid of those first. Then this, and then this. And can't add more... I can't add anything new, so I'll just buff the resistance on it, I guess. And that is now fully upgraded. Bit less damage than either of the other two. So that would kind of be more my defensive build. If I had a defensive secondary weapon. Health on execute. I mean... with my total health being 1960, that, I mean, that's a fair percentage of it. That's like, what? Bit less than a sixth of my total health. But execution chances don't always pop up that much. And I'm still not convinced which one of these is actually better. If I had like a secondary weapon that... well, so that one increases critical chance. But it's only the scythe criticals that actually give me more health. I don't know. Anyway. And I just realized I was doing all that commentary on the game without actually having the game window open. Oh, man. See, this is the kind of stuff you get from me in a live stream. As opposed to just recording videos individually, completely disjointed from each other. Alright. Thinking I might record one more of these and then get myself some dinner and move on with my life. Because, yeah. Getting a little hungry. And it might, you know, help my throat a bit. But we'll see. Yeah, as things stand... I'm realizing, you know, if I do weekly live streams like this every single week, I don't necessarily have to do a ton of videos in each one to, you know, keep up with the videos I'm going to be publishing on YouTube and putting out there and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, okay. Here we go. Moving on. Okay, so we're back to Darksiders II. And continuing right where we left off, literally the only thing I did in between episodes was upgrading those scythes that I had not yet fully upgraded before. Otherwise, like I said, right where we left off in the City of the Dead. Would I be able to jump off of there? I'm not so sure that's how it's supposed to be done. But that's the only way that it seems to make sense that it would be done. Unless... Nope. That doesn't work. So what the heck am I supposed to do from there? No. There we go. So where am I supposed to go from here? Does it really make that much of a difference if I'm, you know, jumping this way instead of... Apparently, somehow. I don't know how that made that significant of a difference. Okay, and there we go. Safely on the next platform. Oh, hello. Nice. Okay, now there's another one over there. Nope. Dang it. Fine. Okay. And now that one's dead. I don't need the health potion, but I'll use it anyway. Okay, so what can I do from here? Now that I have removed the likely distractions and hindrances. Okay, so there's a lever thingy. Which does what? Oh. I don't think I want that yet. What I do think I want... Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Split. Gonna have one death. Go here. There we go. And that does what, pray tell? Seems like it lowered that gate there. Oh, so, okay, now that that's rotated, and I am, you know, where the rotation is, or has occurred, statue here, purple death, do this, Green Death. Go past the gates thing. Oh. Where's the bomb? Like, there was a bomb I saw earlier. Green Death grabs the bomb. And then throws it on the thing there. And that opens that up. Anything else over here? Yes. Whoa, jeez. Hello. No, dang it. Dang it, I was trying to freaking dodge and stuff there. Glad I'm not too far away from the statue to still fight. It's close, though. Ooh, hello. I shoost you. Power Stone Bite. And there's a climby thing here. Good grief. Well, you know what? I could just... Oh. No, I couldn't. Never mind. Okay. Whatever. So what is up here? Maybe that's just supposed to be a way of me getting... Ah, haha. Okay. Maybe that's supposed... just that. Maybe that's just supposed to be a way of me getting back there after all that stuff. Or just a way to get the boatman coin. Either way. I mean, both seem logical. One seems more helpful than the other, but both seem logical. Okay. Lots of wall running in this hallway here. Okay, jumping to the opposite side of that would not have done anything in particular. And now I push this. Is this the... I think I've circled back around to a place I was at before. Namely, yeah. Okay. Interesting. I apparently was so focused on the game that the live stream during which I am recording this had a couple of people pop in, and I was none the wiser. But oh well. And I apparently can't use any potions either. I don't need to use any potions. Is probably the more positive way of saying that. And that opened the thing down there. Which was really ultimately where I needed to go, right? Oh, and now that's open too? When did that open? Huh. Was I supposed to be going back and doing all this, or did I just completely, like, sidetrack myself in a very unhelpful way? Because there was another door across from the thingy, across from the, like, gate thing that I went through. Maybe? Oh, wait, no, never mind. That was the... Okay. Right, so this was the... This part here was new. But then it brought me back around to here, which did a thing that I saw in a previous area. And yeah, okay. What's the best way to get down from here? I guess I could just jump. And that's the new door to open right there. Hello. Oh, there's two. Okay. I was thinking to myself, I've fought a dude like this before. But there's two of them here. And there's these. Ooh, execute. Yes, please. Thank you. Why am I not hitting you? Ouch. Whatever. Only a slight ouch, at least. No. Okay, there's another one down. Ouch. Okay. Oof. Come on now. There we go. What? How did that hit me? Whatever. Execution. Not doing so hot in regards to health, though. Is it just one of them that's out? Seems like it. Okay. Ouch. Ouch. Major ouch. Okay. Is that one dead? Okay, that one's dead. Ow. Oh, hello. Sweet. Execution on this one. Whoa, jeez. Barely even gave me a chance to react. That little shoulder bump thing gets me more than the other attacks. Or maybe not. Okay. All the tormentors are dead. That seems to wrap it up for the fighting here. Okay. Treasures. Got some boots. Got some more boots. I realize that's not the, like, technical term that the game would use for it. It would probably say greaves or something like that. Okay. Nope. Come on now. There we go. What does that do? It's going up. This is another one of those like race against the clock kind of deals, where the precision really kind of comes into play. How the? That gave me like no time to react. But it also didn't count that as a game over, oddly enough. Okay, whatever. Okay. Speedy here. Trying to be quick about it. Okay, drop down. Go over this way. Go up. Go over. No! Dang it! God, I pressed up! This is what bugs me about the fact that, like, you have to use the stick and its occasionally imprecise direction. Like, come on, man. I think I may have just scared away a live stream viewer with that one. That little outburst or whatever. Nobody's really been sticking around the live stream all that long anyway. It also does seem like, yeah, there's some moments like that where it just massively increases in speed. Anyway, okay. Where are we now? This seems like maybe a familiar room? Or maybe not, I don't know. Whatever. Hello. Some of these thingies. Execution, yes, please. Ooh, hey, I leveled up. Ouch. Okay, you know what, fine. Get back a little health that way. I was not trying to dodge towards him. Sometimes. It really does seem like it's the controls being imprecise sometimes and not so much... Anyway. A critical chance builder. Okay, cool. Yeah. I don't know if I really have a particular major theme to my build going on here. But anyway, hi. Gamer Multiversal. Oh, hello. More enemies going on. These guys seem... I don't recall fighting these dudes in Darksiders 2 yet. Ow. That's not good. Yeah, you get close to the dudes, and they have like some freaking toxic aura thing around them. Until they do that spitty thing. Well, this so far seems like it's just a series of, like, you know, little, almost like sub-boss battles in this area. Yeah. It has been a long time since I've played this game in the series, so, like, it's... I'm not quite playing it blind, but it's darn near it. Figured I'd go back and get that treasure. But, yeah, so my build in this isn't really anything particularly special. I just kind of get what seems good and roll with it. Oh, this dude. Is there more than one of them? Yes. But hey, more enemies around means I can get more health back from doing that, right? I don't know how I'm avoiding getting hit so much during this fight, or whatever. Execution, sure, I'll take it. Ow. And yes, I know about possessed weapons. I am using some right now. But, like, the possessed weapons I'm currently using don't necessarily have a specific theme to them. I guess I haven't really paid enough attention to the game forums and Reddit and all that kind of stuff to really know if there's a specific strategy to boosting certain characteristics and, you know, adding on certain things as, like, traits or whatever. But if you must know, okay, current build. So I'm using these possessed sides right now. They give me health on crit and wrath per kill. I have these as kind of my backup at the moment. I've also maxed these out, which, you know, health on execute is great if execution chances were a bit more common with my overall build, but they're not. But this would also be a bit more defensive, so there's that possibility. Currently using these possessed claws that add piercing and lightning damage and critical chance stuff, which I guess helps the health on crit a little bit. But I don't know if the crit chance is just from the possessed claws or not. I also have that just as a heavy weapon backup thing. There's a glitch where you can buy anything without having money. Okay. Nice to know if I ever get really stuck, but for now, I think I'm going to try and play the game without doing that, you know, kind of do it more as intended. Also, most of my build in terms of, you know, the armor and stuff is really kind of focused on experience gain more than anything else. I mean, plus 6% with this, plus 6% with that, another 6% with that, so that's 18, 24, 31, yeah, 31% experience. So that's really the main thing I've been going for with my armor build anyway, is experience gain. Okay, so I think I need to rotate around here, and then here, and then makes it seem almost like there's something down there that would let me get the treasure that's appearing on the... Oh! Well, there's a whole entire lower room there. Let's see what happens. These little buggers can be kind of annoying. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm just going to call you Multiversal to make it slightly shorter. I'm actually recording this as well for like a later YouTube video upload. So this is going to be interesting because this is probably one of the first videos that I've been recording where I also have live stream commentary going on at the same time. As far as doing a new game plus, I don't really plan on doing a new game plus with this at the moment, because I'm currently going through the whole series. At least, you know, all the main entries that have been released so far. I did Darksiders 1 just as a straight up new game. I'm doing this just as a straight up new game. Darksiders 3, I actually kind of have a new game plus somewhat prepared and ready to go already. And I think that's where I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Because, you know, once I finished that game and then I got Genesis, I was like, hey, I have the whole series up to this point. Unless there was some, you know, like mobile game or some other spin-off thing that I'm missing. But all the main games that are available on consoles, I've got all that, and so I figured, hey, let me just play through the whole thing. Did I just get a hammer from a scarab? That seems odd. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. Come on now. Okay, that time I got one of the, like, necklace trinket things. That, you know, smaller item from a smaller enemy seems a bit more fitting. For some reason. Anyway, I have been recording for this episode for about half an hour. I should probably find a spot to stop soonish, just given the typical time frame of my, you know, recorded videos. But I'm not sure at what point would be best to do that. Maybe, I don't know. If it becomes apparent that I reach a good spot, I will definitely stop the recording. The live stream can keep going, though. But probably not too much longer, because I do plan on getting some dinner here soon. So that does what? Oh. Okay. And I'm kind of assuming I need to keep that pressed down. So I'll do this. I don't know if it really matters too much for that stuff. Here I go. Over this way. To get to this platform. And do this thing. Which opens that up. Yay. And then I don't think I need to be over there anymore. Which means those can go back. Alright. Oh, but there is treasure. I missed some treasure, didn't I? I mean, I don't like to go massively out of my way to get treasure, but if I know it's there, and it seems like I might reasonably be able to get it, I prefer to do that. Where is the treasure? Should be right near here. But I'm not finding it. Okay. Not sure what I'm missing there. But I don't want to take too long just trying to find that, so... whatever. I'm not trying to 100% this right now, either. So... let me ask you this, Multiversal. I assume when you say that that's the best weapon in the game, you mean this game. Is that also a possessed weapon? Drops in Demon Lord. Oh, okay. That would explain why. DLC. I don't have the DLC. Really, for any of the games, I don't think. This is, I mean, with the exception of Darksiders Genesis, I got this entire game series at random times, just as it was available behind the support point. Like... not quite sure what... hold up. Okay. Okay, hold up. Here's a thought. I can't disengage that while I'm climbing and stuff. Okay. Let me... so which ones... loop around? Maybe that one? Okay. So if I go on this, and then I switch... and then switch again... is that where the treasure is? There was some swirly essence thingamajig there. What the heck? Put the statue on the button on the floor. Part of the wall rotates. And put the other... okay. Why am I still not finding... Is it further up? Is that... No? Is there a different spot then that I can grab onto? Because I'm not seeing how that's down this stairs? What? Oh, these stairs. That I was having a dumb moment and not seeing that little like area there with the steps. Okay. Going down the stairs. Another weapon thingy here. Nomad's gnome. Okay. That's the first one I've found in this playthrough. I get a feeling there's probably one from earlier in the game that I'm supposed to have gotten, but whatever. Alright. Now after doing all that, I'm finally gonna move along here. Because I think I've gotten everything in this area. And now I find myself in this room here. Okay. So that puts me on this platform, which is great and all, but where do I go from here? I'm gonna need to remove that corruption in order to get that going, I think. Can't go that way. Maybe can go that way. Alright, let me try that. Puzzle is very big. Okay. Okay, can't go through that door. Oh. I can rotate this. That's a helpful thing. If I rotate it that way, it gets rid of that thing. Rotating it that way doesn't seem right now like it would do anything, because there's no, like, you know, spot for that to end up hitting. Okay. Oh, great. Big scarab thing. As well as many tiny scarabs. Yay, fun. Ow. Ow. I even tried to dodge there. What the heck? Dang. Those crits from my secondary weapon. Oh, and now there's two of them. Yay! Fun stuff. Ow. What the heck? I'm trying to do teleport slash and hit them with that. Yeah, so I wanted a slight focus on being able to gain wrath and use the teleport slash, because, like, I have the teleport slash absolutely maxed out in every possible way. So as things stand, that's a pretty significant health gain method for me. Alright. But I think I have done enough for this video recording. Aside from, I mean, there's going to be an obvious... Take one of these things here. There we go. Throw it onto that. So I think that's probably where I'm supposed to go next. But that's going to do it for the recording anyway. Okay. And then I'll put my little video outro bit later when I'm editing. Let me check on my equipment now. Good grief. I have picked up a lot of things. No, doggone it, I do that way too much. A bunch of other scythes that still aren't as good as any of the possessed scythes I have. Your version of the game is the definitive edition. You must defeat some bosses to unlock the... I don't know if I have the definitive edition, though, actually. Because, like, this is, you know, from Xbox Games with Gold years ago. I think even back when I was still using my Xbox 360. I'm not 100% sure if this is definitive. It may be, it might not be. I don't know for sure. But anyway, other weapons and stuff here, still not quite as good for those. I just noticed that has the same experience gain, but I don't know if I really like the overall trade-off on that. Yeah, it wasn't really apparent that, you know, I had gotten the War Mastered edition when downloading Darksiders 1 off of Games with Gold either. Critical and arcane critical damage go up, but again, the experience, it's more info, that doesn't really tell me much. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, I'm still really not sure what to put my skill points into, because I have 3 of them. I'm still going to gain at least 2 more by the time I would get to level 20 and be able to get either of these things. So, but yeah, I have literally everything for teleport slash maxed out. Just the base damage and healing stuff, the, you know, fire, the frost, the critical strike chance, the wrath generation afterwards, the explosion, all maxed out. And I don't want to tie up too many of my, you know, quick access slots with these things. But, I don't know. I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's generally more helpful to, you know, skill tree is divided into yeah, melee combat and magic combat. Hold up. Okay, now that you've said that. So I've been working on the Harbinger side, which is more melee, I would presume. Yeah, kind of makes sense with my playstyle. I probably had that set from the moment I decided to go more with the teleport slash instead of exhume, but just I feel like this game in particular, I don't know, the way I tend to play it is a bit more on the active side of things. Whereas that I could see being more passive with, you know, summoning the ghouls and, you know, letting them do some of the work for you. And then I could definitely see that as a supplement that would, you know, increase your, you know, defense and resistance for yourself in the meantime, while you kind of hang back and let your ghouls do the dirty work for you. But in terms of being more active, yeah, I haven't... I mean, I guess that could be sort of a complementary thing to build on. I mean, especially, it's more likely to get a critical strike. Chance to deal a second strike with each attack. Yeah. Duration is increased. Only skill I use magic is crows to help restore magic and health. Deal additional damage while unstoppable is active. So yeah, I could see that maybe going along with my current way that I'm doing things. But I was really thinking I'd save up for the Reaper Storm whenever that comes along. But that's probably at max gonna do 3 skill points. So I could conceivably put some stuff into this. What does that do? Harvest. Harvest just seems like a version of Reaper Storm to me. Because, I mean, you get a tornado of debris and fragments in this one, and then here you've got spinning scythe attack, devastates surrounding foes. Similar idea. But this one might be able to add on other things. I don't know. Unstoppable skill increases critical chance. Yeah. Reaping increases the chance of scoring a critical hit. Increases damage. Adds Reaper energy. I don't... I found myself not using Reaper form that much, oddly enough. I don't know why. I just get too caught up in other combat stuff that I'm doing. But anyway, okay. I think I've rambled on enough about what I'm doing here. Yeah. You know what? I might pump a couple of skill points into Unstoppable at the moment. Do I want to focus on the base thing with it? Further increase strength. Or I could add the critical chance. I know I'm getting at least 2 more skill points before I would get to level 20, just from the leveling up. I'm currently level 18, so... I mean... Putting 2 points into that isn't gonna hurt too much, I don't think. And then I wonder, with my presets... I really don't find myself using Redemption that much. Certainly not in active situations. So I could maybe put Unstoppable to that. Like, action button, whatever the heck they call it. The basically the hotkey combo thing. Okay, but anyway, I think that might actually do it for now. I'm about to get me some dinner. Were this a longer lasting stream, I might just kind of say, hey, I'm gonna come back after I get dinner, but In the weapon change area, there's a status list. Yeah. You're talking about in this menu with the character stats and all that. Yeah, so I've got currently that's my damage per second with the weapons. Critical chance. Not as high as I would really like with the primary weapon, but oh well. I mean, yeah, crits are good, which I guess might be a reason to go with those double sides instead. I was just kind of toying around with these to see how much more they would potentially help with, you know, just pumping out more teleport slashes. These possessed double sides I have yet to actually use. These are definitely far more defensive. Which, I mean, that means I would lose less health, which is great. But at the same time, they don't deal as much damage on the whole. 91% critical... okay. Yeah, I've seen some people pump a lot into critical chance and whatnot. But anyway, that says that would increase the damage per second. Which is odd, because it shows the damage... the main damage is lower, but I guess with the Inferno damage... that tends to do more than Frost and Piercing. Is the only thing I can come up with. Also, really wish I had some just general regen. That was... yeah, anyway. Arcane critical... chance and damage is meh, whatever. But yeah, I figured if I focused primarily on experience, that could get me, you know, to some of the better weapons, better stuff in the skill tree quicker. So really with the armor and stuff, I just focused on that. Okay, but anyway. For real now, I think I'm gonna just leave it off at that. Been nice chatting with you, Multiversal. I do come on here pretty regularly. I mean, the past few weeks it's been consistent Thursday afternoons. The starting time has changed ever so slightly, but otherwise I've been pretty consistent with it. Occasionally... I'll just really, you know, have a long live stream where I also record crap tons of stuff. But this one, I had other things going on today, and I figured I'd just keep it short anyway. Collect 10 pages of the Book of the Dead. You get a key to a Tomb of the Dead where you can farm some possessed weapons. Okay. So I got the first 10 pages already. Maybe I just haven't quite... hold up. Doggone it. you keep saying things that have me staying on the stream now and wanting to get into more stuff. So there was a key you said. This one? No, that's not the Maker's Key was stuff related to the Warden and that stuff. And the Guardian. You must sell to Volgrim. Okay. Oh, so I have to sell off the chapter to... okay. I think I get what you're saying now. have to sell the chapter of the Book of the Dead to get that key then. I also have done nothing in the Crucible. I don't know if that's generally more of a post-game thing, or if people usually will get into different bits of that as they go along. But I know I definitely can, since I have this. I also suppose I could sell off these relics to Ostagoth. But anyway, okay. Thanks for all the tips. I also have all these Soul Arbiter scrolls, which I have yet to really make use of, because that's just for that thing. Crucible is to get one part of the Abyssal Armor. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the method of getting the Abyssal Armor, I think, was a bit more obvious in the first Darksiders game. At least, from what I'm recalling, it was just like, yeah, you get pieces of it from these chests and all that. Anywho, okay. So once again, nice chatting with you there, Multiversal, but I think I'm gonna get me some dinner and call it a stream at that. I plan on being back next Thursday afternoon, unless something gets in the way unexpectedly. But I will probably be playing. Okay, I'll probably be playing more of this next week. I tend to start off with, reading a chapter from the Bible, putting the Christian in my Christian gamer. And then I get into some gaming stuff. Sometimes I'll bounce back and forth a little bit. But anyway, that's kind of the bare minimum what I do with these live streams, or at least the plan that I have going into them. So anyway, alright, well, I think that is going to do it for now. So, it was nice chatting with you, and I'll, maybe I'll see you next time, Multiversal or whatever. If not, that's fine. I had somebody totally different hop into this last week, and I didn't see him back again this time around. But it's all cool. I understand people have their own lives. But thanks for stopping in, and definitely thanks for the info dump related to Darksiders 2. I'll try and look into some of that. So yeah, see you later, or as I like to say, stay cool. But yeah, that'll do it for now. I just like to give the stream a little bit of extra buffer time at the end so it doesn't cut off any of this early. But anyway, take care, stay cool, later.